I'm here with my dear friend, Franco Simplicio, the owner and founder of the Sunset Restaurant here in Malibu. Franco, you're an icon in this town. You've done so much for so many. You have weddings here, you have amazing parties here, you've raised a village in this restaurant. What is your origin story?
Well, I'll give you the short version.
Okay.
My paternal grandparents came here after the war. They loved it, they settled here. When I was 12, we came to visit all together as a family. Suddenly my father bought a car, he bought a house, and I was sort of surprised. We usually would come here for a long period of time, but I thought, you know, buying a house and buying a car doesn't sound like we're visiting.
Yeah.
This was one of the first beaches that I came to. I remember we parked at the end of Westward Beach. In those days, you didn't have the stairs to Big Dune, so we had to walk on the rocks and climb over. But I remember looking at this building and wondering, you know, what it was. 40-some years later, I ended up buying the property.
It's yours. What an amazing story, Franco. Yeah. It's iconic to have this location. What is the history of the Sunset Restaurant?
The Sunset Restaurant started in the late 70s as the Whale Watch. Then it became Splash. Splash was a very famous place back in the 80s. It had a reputation of, you know, being kind of wild. When I came to live here, it was called the Gray Whale. My wife at the time wanted to move away from the Hollywood Hills because we had a child, my son Luca. And then I realized in Malibu at that time, there wasn't a place where you could take a child to a restaurant that was a good restaurant. So we ended up buying the property, and when I was here trying to do a remodel and, you know, figuring out what to do with this place, I could see the sunset every day, so we changed it to the Sunset in 2003.
Perfect name. So you've had your pharmaceutical degree, you've had your real estate experience, you're a restaurateur, and I think some would say you're the godfather of restaurants in this town.
I wouldn't say that.
I would think so. I mean, what has drawn you and kept you here more than the business?
You know, I grew up in a small town in Italy, and when we came to the United States, I was kind of lost. When I used to walk around in the town where I grew up, everybody knew me. They knew me, my father, my grandfather, they knew somebody. I felt like I was part of that community.
Yes.
When I came to LA, as you know, LA is such the opposite of that. You go to the same market every day for your whole life and never run into anybody you know. So when we moved to Malibu, there was a period in time, it was more of a small village. You kind of knew everybody. Because of my nostalgia, this, for the first time, felt like a home to me.
I feel the same way. Yeah. 40 years later, I'm still driving up and down the coast. One thing that you helped me with years ago, I had said to you here at this restaurant, Franco, the restaurant business might be challenging. I can't imagine the food spoils, the employees come and go, the seasons change. How do you succeed so well in your career in this restaurant business? And what you said to me, you said, Shen, I learned a long time ago to run my business like a horse race. I put the blinders on and focus on the end zone.
I think that came natural to me because that's always the way I've approached every project. Focus is everything in life.
Incredible success. I mean, I don't think there's an unhappy customer ever in this restaurant. I mean, the food's amazing, the bar's super fun, you've got an elevator that takes you upstairs, downstairs.
My philosophy with restaurants is that this is no different than entertaining at home. If you're a good host and you're natural with people, and you love to entertain, this is the perfect business for you.
You've always had great managers. Every one of your managers has been, I think, an incredible representative of you, and a lot of them have been with you for, you know, 5, 10, 15 years.
You know, with managers as well as staff, if I do the hiring with staff, I hire personalities. Experience is important, but you can teach that. Yeah. Personality you cannot teach. You need to have people that enjoy company, they enjoy entertaining, and they enjoy taking care of people. I got lucky because I have a friend who's a therapist. How he helped me with it, and I give this to all my staff. Sometimes when people go to restaurants, they revert back to when they were kids. This anger comes out, and it's like, how dare you? You know, you made me wait 30 minutes for this. So my instructions to my staff is, first of all, make sure somebody else comes in to diffuse the situation, because sometimes it just gets, you know, personal. The other thing is, what would you do if it was a child that was crying for milk?
You hold them.
So you have to apply that psychology, that mentality, and say, hey, Mr. Schultz, you know, what can I do for you? I'm sorry that this happened. Do whatever you need to do to make that person feel like you're taking care of them. When I was on the floor, whenever I applied that sort of approach to a customer that was really, really, really upset, they would become our best customers because they know that we care.
It's amazing what you've done, Franco. You've created an empire. You've given back to the community, and I think, you know, that's why I'm here today, just basically to thank you. Good to see you, my friend.
My pleasure.
Okay.